And it's a very happy new year from the Cobb Pod. Here we go, Season 3, Episode 8, Wednesday night up at the club. How are you, Pete Christie?
I'm very excited to be back.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Excellent, pal. And we're joined by Mr. Matt Lunn.
Yeah, it is great to be back, isn't it? Lots to talk about already.
Oh, yes.
Crikey, it's only just started.
Yes.
It is.
Loads going on.
And one Ali Gaze. Hello, pal.
Yep, feeling sharp.
Feeling sharp.
Better than last time.
Sharper than last time.
I need to start with an apology.
You look strangely sober. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. So I'm going to ask the question, chaps. New Year's resolutions. Pete, you were already quite fighting fit and stuff.
Oh,
Go on, start.
yeah.
What have you signed up to?
I haven't made any that I haven't broken already.
Good.
Yeah, and it's mainly around chocolate, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
Dark chocolate, if
Yeah.
anyone's interested.
I mean, I just wish you walked past the mountain of chocolate brownies that are on the bar downstairs.
I didn't touch
I didn't see them. I'm
I
glad
didn't
I didn't
touch
go in.
I had your lot then, that's fine.
Good.
Lunny, what have you signed up to? January?
I'll try not to drink during the week. That's it. Because I know dry January is too hard.
Yeah.
So Monday to Thursday, that's what I'm trying to
It's
do.
the wrong month, mate.
I
Try
don't care.
February is the month.
Yeah, it's
to
much
go
shorter.
for. And not in a leap year. Come on, let's be sensible.
Ali, what have you signed up to?
Similar to these two. So I've had chocolate brownie and I've got a nice pint there.
All
No,
gone.
I committed myself to get myself back on the pitch and get rid of these little niggling injuries and just crack on with it. And I've declined both the Vets game on Friday night and the Twos game on Saturday. So brilliant. I've started well.
Oh, well.
Strong start.
Yeah, good so far.
How about you, Mick?
I've gone for the reverse dry January.
Get pissed every night.
So I've cancelled my gym membership.
Oh,
And I've been getting stuck into some really nice whiskey that I got for Christmas. It's been fabulous. I feel
Ooh.
better than ever.
Really?
So honestly, I feel great. Loads of exercise.
yeah.
The Cobb and Curve boot camp up here on a Friday afternoon, which is, if you haven't been there before, is spectacular.
It is.
And
heard of that.
just having that's great. Friday lunchtimes, go for it. And just having a good time.
Very good.
So there we go.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? So we're up in the Braemar. Sorry, we're not up in the Braemar room. We're actually sat in the lovely open space that is going to be very, very busy in the weeks ahead with lots of really cool things coming up. We'll talk about that a wee more. But Pete, do you want to start us with
Yeah, just
a bit of news?
it's not new news, but it's sad news, and that's Norman Evans passed away fairly recently, and we're going to say goodbye to him tomorrow. The funeral is at 2 p.m. at Randalls Road Crematorium, and afterwards back here, 3 o'clock at the rugby club. Yeah.
Good, that's Thursday, 15th Jan. Yep.
Also, I should mention that it's Paul Hubbard's birthday. Paul, most of you will know,
Yes,
secretary
yeah,
of the
Paul.
Braemar All Stars, and it's his birthday today. And I happen to know he's gone to the French table in
Oh,
Snowdon.
lovely.
I know.
Yeah, I like that.
Rat. Anyway, happy birthday, Paul.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Cracking. We have got a pile to get through because it's been
Rugby,
seriously
mate,
busy.
isn't it?
It's been so good. So lots going on at the club. Quite a lot going on in Premiership, Champions Cup, and also if we get a chance to talk about it, some interesting bits and bobs there. How about we go all the way back to the 20th of December then? So that was we played our ones played Vandals.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Lunny, you were there.
I was there, Christmas lunch. Yeah.
So it was.
Beforehand. We
Yeah.
got a shout out actually from the speaker from Weybridge, who
Nice.
said he found himself in the car and listened to our podcast, was waiting for some derogatory remarks, and I said they were heavily edited out. So, but he was grateful. It was a really good lunch, and nice speeches from both clubs, and you know it was one of those things where they were topped by one bonus point. I think we'd both 9 wins from 9. I think. And although we won 38-19, it was quite a close game. We raced into a lead. I think we were probably 4 tries to 1 up. And they made some adjustments. They brought on a different fly half, which really changed the game. They got a lot more possession. I think we held them up on the try line 2 or 3 times.
Wow.
And they clawed their way back into the game. And then I think they got a yellow card and there was a scrum penalty try. All happened within the last sort of 10, 15 minutes. And then we got a breakaway try. So the score there's a couple of those scores that were unfortunate, but it was a brilliant game, really good game to watch. I watched it from the stand, actually.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's nice,
position.
isn't it?
It is good.
Yeah,
It's
haven't
good.
we? I know it's not in the league, but aren't Cobham playing them again in
Yeah.
the cup?
End of the month.
End of the
I think it's
month.
End of the month. We've got
At
them.
our gaffer at theirs.
I think that one is away. I think.
Not sure.
No, I can't
Right.
remember. I know we drew them, and
It
everyone
is
was
away.
super
Right, I
excited.
found it. Round 3.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Saturday the 31st of January away.
Mm. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing, isn't it, that the cup,
Trying
romance
to play,
of the
trying to play
cup.
different teams.
You played top of the
there you
league in
go.
your
Yeah.
league. Yeah. So there was that. And Mick, how about Boxing Day?
Boxing Day was fabulous.
I came down.
We
Brought the family. Lovely.
it was great. I don't know how many folk were here, but it was in the hundreds,
200 plus,
right?
200
it was
plus.
fantastic. And I will say to Jack and Courtney, who put 5 folk behind the bar, they were busy. They were really busy, which was wonderful. So I sent them a nice wee note to say thanks. And then we had a Surrey select team that involved phoning a lot of people one by one to just to get. I've got to say to Big Don, who's the skipper of Reedsway Bridge, thanks for coming over. And we had guys from London Welsh, that's Welsh Mark. We had guys from Staines, Chobham,
Chobham shorts out there.
Esher came along, Vandal. It was just great. And we all had a few beers and toddled along back down the road for a turkey curry, leftover curry.
Very good.
You can't get better than that. Wonderful. Really
Lots of
good.
players, though, weren't there? There was lots of
Loads of us. It was wonderful. And the vast majority of them were Cobhamers, right? But a shout out to my dad, who I think last watched me play rugby as a 17-year-old, who watched the game and offered one bit of advice because I found myself at fullback and I just shouted over, "You're standing too deep." That was it. Thanks, Dad.
Thank you for the contribution.
That was it. Yeah, a great day and a nice bunch of speeches and really good fun.
Yeah.
Really, really, really good fun. Yeah.
Excellent.
And then so sequentially after that, back
We had
to
an-
Boxing Day.
Under 23s game.
Yeah.
So 27th, we had an under 23s game here. No, away at Weybridge Vandals. Would you
Yeah.
believe it? I've watched quite a few of those games over the years, but I mean, there's some really good talent.
There's some good fun.
Really,
Yeah.
but there's some really good players that come back. They're back at Christmas from universities and whatnot, and they've brought a friend along and whatnot. We actually had about 4 Colts as well.
Yeah.
Playing across the 2 games. So we did one away at Vandals, which we won by 1 point, something like 22-21. I think it was 4 tries to 3, but they got all their kicks, something like that. I can't remember. And then on the 3rd of January, we hosted Old Paul Lions. We had a very good team. A lot of young ex-St Paul's first team players, a couple of boys that are playing up in the Bucks for Durham, I think, was identified. Again, really close game. We were up, we were 2 scores down within 10 minutes, and everyone thought, oh dear. But again, stuck to it, got a lead, and last play of the match, they skipped down the blind side from an uncontested scrum and managed to get over it. But so we lost that, I think, 29-28.
Yeah,
But
it was
such a good
cracking
spread.
to watch.
Yeah,
And
really good.
it was a shame it went uncontested. It
Yeah.
was starting to get nice, and we were edging it, and then their front row they did steady enough. It
It
happens.
was great. But
It
there's
happens.
big spread of people representing Cobham, and they get the full coaching treatment. Billy and Marcus and Walshy, and everyone comes and helps out. It's a great experience for them. So yeah, really good. But there was another one in between that. So Cobham put a women's team together in a Surrey under 23s competition. Ooh. So Grace and Ian and myself were reaching out to ex-players, and we managed to get 8 together. So we were going to form a Barbarians with Wimbledon and Camberley. And there were 4 other teams. There was one from Egham, Farnham and Guildford combined. There was Old Guildfordians and Old Reigatians, so some of the bigger girls' clubs that have got established women's teams. It was held at Farnham, bitterly cold day, but brilliant fun. They all know each other, right? They've all played either at club together or at university or in representative rugby of some kind. But some really good standard of rugby, and it was great to get a women's team out there wearing Cobham shirts. And the way we did it, because Camberley and Wimbledon didn't show up, was that because there are 5 teams, whichever team wasn't playing would fill our shirts. So we got a few good games. And what I really liked about it was it's sponsored by the Hogsback Brewery.
Nice.
Oh.
So each team got to nominate their player of the day, and we had Izzy May, who played a long time down here, lightning quick. So she's a dot of a girl, but got a nice 5-pint keg to take home. Excellent. Yeah, it was a busy rugby time over the break, but some really good stuff going on. Really good stuff.
And then we rolled straight into the 10th of January, which was the game against Hayward Heath, right? That was something else, wasn't it? We were all following it on the group. Group chats, half-time scores. Were you there, Pete?
Yeah, I went down with Paul Hubbard. We went down there, and there's a few. Ian and Steve Hurd were there, and a few others. It was the result was 28-34 to Cobham, but this is a tight game all the way through. And for quite a long period of time, towards the end, it was 28-29 in our favour. So really nerve-jangling stuff. You just couldn't relax and watch it. You were just hoping for the best. And in the end, we got another try. Fairly close to the end, but then they got possession back. So I know they were battering away trying to get to the 7-point score, but fortunately it didn't happen. But so we had tries from Connor De La Pena, Murph got one, McQuaid, Will Stephen on the wing, and Ben Joyce
on the wing.
He was on the wing. Actually, if you've seen the clip, it's like a 1-yard dash.
This is different. He told me he was at the 22.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately for him, there is some video evidence.
Yeah.
So
it'll get further back every time he tells it.
Yeah. And then Chris Lippiatt got one. So the whole front row got a try.
Nice.
Fantastic. And it's a league debut for Noah Joyce. At 7, and Lewis Joyce was on the bench, so they were all there. The Lewis triplets, the Joyce triplets were all there.
Wonderful.
Louis Porter picked up quite a nasty injury, so we're hopefully he'll be making a speedy recovery. We'll see him as soon as possible. But a great game of rugby, but nerve-jangling stuff.
Yeah. I was watching that WhatsApp chat refresh, Mick, like you. Yeah. Chef was down there, wasn't he, doing it? It's like, come on. That's a brilliant win. Tough game.
Let's quickly talk about the ones and the twos this weekend. I was just counting up before we came and started recording 11 home games over the weekend. But the ones and twos, the ones are at home versus KCS Old Boys.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's the next one to look out.
Who do they, Pete, in the grand scheme of things? How KCS
you got to watch out for them.
A bit mixed, actually.
Yeah, they're mixed,
we struggled over there against them in the away fixture. So it's not one to take lightly, and I'm sure the guys won't. When I said to Billy it was turning into a 2-horse race last time, he said no, there's nothing like that, because we had Heath to beat. Heath have actually got Weybridge Vandals away this weekend. So, KCS down here, it's one we should win, but who knows,
Was Billy here last time?
Hey.
Don't worry. I have to
you
clip that bit out. I don't remember that bit.
Was Billy here last week? Sorry, now I get it. Fantabidosi. So, hold on, we've got the ones with KCS. Who the twos got?
Twos are up against...
Come on, Stato. This stuff should be at your fingertips, pal.
KCS Old Boys. So unless there's a typo,
double ding.
No, I have a feeling you're right. I think
two KCS teams. The notes on Spawn say 2 p.m. kickoff for both, but I've got a niggling feeling one of them's 1:30. So get down here for 1:30, and if it's not already started, grab a pint.
Ding dang do. Brilliant. Right, how about youth? Should we jump into the youth? And by the magic of podcasting, it just so happened that we're being joined by some expert youth coaches who are our top secret guests who are just walking through the door as we speak. I pressed the wrong button there.
Press the wrong button.
Pressed the wrong button.
Oh,
Can't quite reach that far into the middle of the table. Now we have got one Mr. James Williamson. Hello, pal.
Good evening. Thank you very much for having me.
Representing
Under 16.
Under 16s. And one Owen Ashton.
Boys.
Good evening.
Hello, mate. Representing the
Under 15.
Under 15s. Brilliant. Well, why do we start with the under-16s first? Then, Jimbo, you guys have had a good wee Christmas break.
Yes.
And tell us maybe about the last couple of months, how the team have got together, how we doing, how we focused on in your coaching.
So we finished off on a high before Christmas, playing a friendly against Chobham, and we did really well against that. That was a great match, good way to finish off the end of the season, or that first half of the season. And I think we'd had some really tough games, so it's always nice for the boys to understand that you can win, you can lose, go into Christmas. It's a difficult season for us because we've got GCSEs, so a lot of them are really, really heads down. So we made some decisions to go maybe slightly easier on the boys after Christmas and drop down a tier, make sure everybody survives and doesn't work very, very hard for their rugby and gets through their GCSEs.
Nice.
So, and it was the right decision. We had our first match on this last Sunday against Camberley.
Is that a cup, kind of waterfall-ish?
Waterfall Cup. We have 5 games throughout the whole season, or this half of the season rather. And yeah, we won. And that's the most important thing. So back-to-back wins for the mighty under-16s so far.
Good stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
And who in the team has stood out as the most improved player, mindset-wise?
This season we've scooped up 4 or 5 new boys. Unfortunately, one came injured and he's just had a ACL operation. And we're really, really hoping that young Bradley does continue with us, even though he's not managed to step on the pitch, because he'll be a great asset to the Colts moving forward. And I think all of the new boys, Ewan, Jack Paletti-Gad, Ollie, they've just done really well. A credit to Cobham, not just me and the team and the group, but just the way Cobham just welcomes new players. And so they've all done fantastically well, actually. And looking forward to doing more with them as the season progresses. I'm already working on them to stay, to help build the Colts for the next season. Working really, really hard on that as well. Giving them the Cobham experience of great rugby.
So how does your Waterfall Cup campaign work? So if you've played Camberley, that keep you on a certain tier, or what's the focus?
So it's complicated and it changes every season. But essentially there are 2 pools in my group. Some tiers have 1 group, some tiers have 2, some of them have got 4 in a group. But we are 2 pools of 5 teams. And you will play everybody in that team and you will be positioned in that pool according to how well you do. And your last match of the season, within the Quins Cup, they call it, you will play your opposite number in the pool.
Okay.
And that will determine whether you are a winner. So you can win 4 matches and then lose the pool group.
Right.
And then I think it's then all tiered. So you'll end up with 1 to 10 of how well you did in that pool. So it's simple enough, and if it works, in the past we've had seasons where we've played 3 teams 3 times because it hasn't quite worked. But it seems to be Surrey have worked really hard on trying to get the teams in the right places. There's a lot of people talking about a lot of things there, and so this season looks good. I'm really excited by who we've got to play. Some new teams this season.
Who's the new ones?
So Camberley, we haven't played before.
Yeah.
We haven't played.
They were a big side, weren't they?
They were a big.
They
side.
were a big side. Very big. Yep. Thank you.
I think.
Haven't had that for a while.
I think Cobham is historic through all the teams. Cobham Rugby Club know their way to Sticks and Sushi, but they do not know their way to Five Guys on the food front.
That's so good.
We might have to rethink that when we come to the 15.
Yeah,
Okay.
15 are back in the trend.
Except for
A different dietitian.
They've got a definitely different dietitian, yeah. So
I watched a bit of the game. I thought you guys stuck with it pretty well. And they retained the ball well. You were fitter than them, and I think, like anything, if you keep the ball and you just keep going forward and
Yeah.
retain possession, you just wear them down and you find your hole, and then that, where to go and where the gap was, and that's what seemed to happen. So it was a good scoreline in the end, wasn't it?
I think what was lovely about it is they worked that out. And that's the most important people. We were missing a few big ball carriers, so they had to work out. And it's quite
You're
easy.
6'5" touch judge, Matt.
Yeah. I think it's really easy for them to go, let's give it to the big lad.
Mm-hmm.
But when the big lads aren't there, they then have to work it out. And that's what I was most proud about that game, was they said, we just can't play our rugby like that. And they pivoted. And if we're going to teach kids to play rugby and move them forward, that's what we want them to learn.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Fab.
Class. Can I
So,
ask, go on, Ali.
Yeah, I was just going to say, so it was a pretty big cup weekend. I think not all the teams started their cup, so good moment to go to Owen, because you did. So was yours your last?
It was the
Last one.
first week of the under-15s Quins Cup. Yeah.
So what? Not waterfall. Something
Well,
completely different.
it's essentially the same thing. I think
Okay.
it's called the top tier is called the Quins Cup.
Understood.
I believe, because I think the final is at the Stoop.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
so our under 15 A's are in the top tier. They similar situation to James just described. They're in a pool of 5 with Roslyn Park, Richmond, Sutton and Epsom, Old Regations, and there's one more.
Big players though.
Yeah, these are.
us,
these-
us, yeah.
That'll be
Is that
fine.
fifth?
Anyone
Yeah.
heard of these clubs before? I mean,
Well,
Flipping heck.
interestingly, I'm not sure who did the seeding, but the top 4 teams from last year are all in our pool.
Oh,
Plus a
nice.
little club called Richmond, so who didn't play, I don't think. So that's So we're probably on the tougher side of the draw. So the first game the A's played was against the team we played in the gold final last year. So we snuck a pretty decent victory away at Roslyn Park on Sunday. So
I'm sure I read somewhere about you encouraging people to respect the footwear on our AGP, because
Yeah.
theirs is looking a bit dodge.
Their AGP is not in a good state. No, I couldn't tell you why. I think it's a bit older than ours from the start.
No idea
Well,
how long it's
but
been there. Actually.
We got boys that can't train today because of the burns.
Yeah.
They're
Really?
not in a good way.
Right, so any under
So-
14 girls listening, we're on that pitch on Sunday. Leggings.
Leggings.
Vaseline, leggings, whatever. It is not good. And I know they're trying to relay it, but for the members
That
here,
must be quite old, that pitch. Then, if it's
I think it is quite old, but I'd urge any members here, if you're getting whinged out about drinks, footwear, food,
yeah.
Just go and do it.
parents,
Pay attention.
supporters being on the AGP, there's good reason for it, because we've got 3 or 4 boys that are probably struggling to play on Sunday just for
Is that right? I mean, I know we keep something like 20 grand a year to the side to pay for the next iteration of the pitch in 10 years' time. Is that something?
So there is a fund set aside every year, and the longer we don't have to use that, the better state we are in, obviously financially.
Yeah.
So I think from what Owen said, and you'll see, I've put something out on the youth chat, and I think you'll see something from the chairman as well about just being a little bit more disciplined.
Yeah.
I mean, as Colts, we had 2 games on the AGP on Sunday. And we did have a group of lads who had come down from the B team game in their ones to come and watch them. And they was, albeit they stood on the sideline, but they're all in shoes, right? And if we're going to lead by example and do the right thing, then we need to adjust that. So yeah, but it's definitely worth it. And after your comment, I mean, I looked at our fixtures, and we're at home on our AGP this week. The Colts A's and the B's are in DSP, and then the following week we're at Roslyn Park. Because they're in the same tiering. Yeah.
Skins. Hopefully it's cold and skins.
Lots of
Cold skins, got it.
Vaseline. Yeah, lots of Vaseline.
Oh, no, one thing you said to me a wee while ago, a couple of years back, you said, and I've always remembered it, you said you made that conscious decision, just much like James said, which you decided just to rotate the kids into, actually, this is about fun. The winning will come, but it's about fun. How is that the most important factor, do you think, that's got the 15s to where they are? Because they're doing really well as a year group.
I mean, I want to talk about the other team, the Bs, as well, because it's not just the A's we've got. So we'll get onto them in a second. But the A's is probably getting harder because the expectations are getting greater, because they are definitely a very strong group. Unlike we mentioned earlier, they are an exceptionally large bunch of boys as well. I mean, I'm not sure I've seen a driving line out go quite as fast as we went on Sunday. It was pretty astonishing how much ground we got with the driving maul. I mean, the front five were superb. They absolutely obliterated their scrum as well. So it was good to see. But it does get harder. So we consciously went a couple of years ago to not talking about the result at all, to our shape and our structure and performance, and if they perform how we've trained, then the result comes, and if the result doesn't come, then they've done what we've asked of them and what they wanted to get out of it. So that kind of gets harder as the prize maybe gets closer, because you start thinking about the win a bit more, doesn't it? But so hopefully we can continue.
And where are you next up? When's your next?
So we got the A's got Old Regations here on pitch 1, 2:00 on Sunday. They beat Richmond in the other game in our pool last week, so we'll sort of know where we stand come 3:30 on Sunday. Yeah. So the Bees had the exact opposite on Sunday of pitch-wise. They were away at Old Regations, so they had a nice soft landing everywhere they went. But they got they sounded like they had a fantastic game down there. Old Regations is a great bunch. We've got a lovely relationship with them, so I think they had a great game down there. Won 22-10, which was nice because they had a bit of a tough time of the pool pre-Christmas, so it was nice for them to score a few tries. And I believe man of the match Raf Andreas hit some nice lines and scored a good try.
Class.
It's cracking. We've moved James's mic. Have you got a cup game this weekend?
Yes, we do. Who
have you got?
So we have Isha B on the first team pitches as well. I think so. We'll warm it up and soften it up for Owen's under 15s.
Nice.
We'll get it nice and warm for
Tread the divots in.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we want to get through quite a few of the boys' youth teams. In our host, in Mick, we have the under-13s, one of the under-13s coaches. And we've also got another special guest who's joined us. We've talked about him a few times, so it's really fantastic to welcome Pat. Good to have you, Pat. Nice and close to the mic. Pat, you're with the under-12s. You haven't played your first cup game yet, am I right in thinking
first cup games this weekend.
Weekend. So how's it going this season? What have you got?
Is this the first ever Waterfall Cup games?
Ever Waterfall Cup.
Here we go.
AGP.
Amazing.
And these boys have been together since under-5s.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time coming. I think we're really looking forward to it, to be honest. It's nice to play a game competitively where we can actually record the scores. Boys are competitive by nature, so just let them have a go. And funnily enough, it's our old friends Chobham.
Oh, what a way to start.
We have already played Job in a friendly beginning of the season. So, coming up from the minis into the youth, you've got a lot more, a lot more sort of self-control. So I think at the beginning of the season it was, you've got 12 weeks or whatever it is before Christmas, fill your boots, go and arrange some fixtures. So I did fill my boots. I think I managed to get about 10 fixtures in.
Excellent.
So with lots of practice. So it'd just be really nice to sort of step into that slightly more competitive game.
It's so good. It's so much fun. Now, Matt, you wouldn't tell by Matt on the rugby pitch, but Matt, you didn't play much rugby.
No,
at
I
all.
wasn't a rugby school at all. Mine was a football school.
So, what's the one thing that you thought you knew about before going into coaching?
Oh, I knew nothing. I knew nothing.
Right, go on.
It was one of those ones. So we went into the under fives. I was with Nishi and Jonesy. We'd done Rugger Rascals at 3.
Yeah.
Very much all looking forward to coming here. And we had a coach under fives, Ed. I can't remember his surname, but he went back to South Africa. And it's one of those ones, as coaches. Yeah. As coaches, we were all kind of standing there, and it's one of those ones. I'm just sort of naively looking forward, and we said, well, we need a new head coach, and unknown to me, everyone else had taken a big old step back. Standing there smiling away, and all of a sudden I realised,
amazing,
it's me. I thought, under 6, I could probably get away with it for a year or 2, and then no one really stepped up, and I just couldn't hand the job off to anyone. I'm still trying. So yeah, I to be honest, I've been learning with the kids. I think that's how I've been managing it.
Brilliant.
And you got Monaco this year as well. Can you? A lot of our listeners might not remember what Monaco's about. So do you want to talk to us through that?
Yeah, Monaco. It's an invitational. I think there's 22 countries. I think there's 24 teams. It's an under 12s sevens competition over 2 days, held in the stadium in Monaco. And it's an age range between under 11s and under 12s. So I think they do
calendar year
rather than
calendar
school year.
Yep.
So we joined with the under 13s, now under 13s last year. We had a really cracking run at it. Got all the way to the final last year. Lost against France, Montpellier, 2-0 in the final. But it was an amazing experience, and we get to go again. So they're just in the phases now of just going through the selection process, which. It's quite a very difficult thing, this first round of really what is selection and, the disappointment that comes with that. So it's a case of trying to manage parents and players' expectations, but also trying to get them excited about, a really great opportunity for them.
Yeah, fantastic.
Brilliant. Now, coaching, because we wanted to focus more on the coaches as well. I've got a cheeky wee coaching question for you. Maybe over the last year, so you've gone from being a non-rugby player, sleeves up, anyone can do it, let's just go.
Yep.
And I must admit, I haven't told you this before, but I've actually learned a lot from watching you coaching over the other side of the road, inventing fun games for the kids to do. It's brilliant. What is I've got 2 questions for you. The first more on the kids, because I want to talk about the parents as well. What's the most difficult conversation you've had with one of the kids so far in the last maybe year and a half, and what's that done to your coaching style as a group of coaches?
The most difficult one we've had was Monaco the first year, because it's the first time we've had to tell a boy no, and it broke my heart. I can't lie. It was the most heartbreaking thing to do, and the parents as well, because everyone's got these great expectations, but at this point, someone does miss out, and it is awful as a parent, as a person, as a coach, to have to tell some 11-year-old boy who's looking at you like, the eyes are filling up. I'm thinking, oh my God, please don't cry. It's the hardest thing to do, but you kind of need to make sure that there's some positive out of that as well. Whether it's okay, we know what we need to do next year. There's other opportunities, but yeah, that's definitely the hardest thing I've had to do. In terms of coaching style, I don't think it changed in any way. I think it was great that we coached with different age groups, like with Owen and Jeff. Learned so many new sort of coaching techniques, drills, games, refereeing techniques. So I think the crossover of age group coaches is brilliant. Certainly with the younger age groups joining with the older age groups. I mean, that was just brilliant. And you can progress quite quickly by learning from the older age group coaches. All the skills and the drills that they've done, but also the way they coach, the way they referee. It's brilliant. You can be a completely biased referee just to make the game even. And, you just have to own it and say, well, yeah, I'm being biased, so I'm just making it even. So who cares? Equity.
Okay, so Lonnie just leant forward to talk into his mic. No, he didn't. Okay, so what our tens of listeners won't know, which is actually 3 under 13 dads sat round the table. So talking about the under 13 boys, how's the season going?
Three and a half.
He hasn't
Three
got
and a half,
that. 3.5, 2.5.
Yeah,
So,
mine
take us through.
mine left.
Ah,
Aye, but
and
only for
that's
now.
right. So did
Only for
mine.
now.
He'll be back.
He will be back.
Henry
Henry Williamson, you will be back.
I'm not sure Celeri will.
Yeah.
Right, Mick, Owen, what's happening with the under-13s?
Well, they kick off their second year of Waterfall Cup on Sunday, don't they?
They do.
So they had friendlies this week. I'm embarrassed to say, I can't remember. Was it Reeds
You
and
played
Weybridge?
Reeds.
Yeah,
You played
Weybridge,
Reeds and we played Vandals.
Apologies,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
away with the 15s when my other son was playing against Reeds, I think.
Yeah, when your favourite son was playing.
Yeah. My favourite son was probably playing. So they had a nice warm up this week. I think the games both went well, didn't they? Were close games. Were draw
Fabulous.
sort of 4-4 and 4-3, I think, something along those lines.
Yeah, and it was one of these days as well where you were umming and ahhing about the pitch because it's been pretty chilly of late, and we had suddenly all the coaches turned into bloody Michael Fish, and we're looking at weather patterns and thaw rates and.
Oh, mate, from about Wednesday last week, it was you, Owen, actually, that put me onto it, that Regations had already said, no, we can't do it. And I was like, right, let's, because our two Colts were meant to go over there as well. So we start to switch it all, and you've got all this, you've made a plan, and right, everyone just pray. And then at about 10 o'clock, there was like, right, full throttle, everything's fine, the pitches are soft, and it was like such a relief that we could get all those games underway. Because the last thing you want is a backlog. We've got 8 games this weekend, right?
Yeah.
And there's a gap weekend, I think February the 1st, isn't there? So it was just brilliant that we could use every square inch of what we have here.
So lucky, and we've said that a couple of times actually over the winter. We're so lucky to have that wee AGP that has done us favours, hasn't it? And what I love, Lunny, is all the coaches. Lunny, I'll take this time, you do that. I don't know how you keep that all in your head, mate, I've got to say, because there's a lot of people pinging you.
Yeah.
But I mean, under 13s, it's brilliant. The boys are doing really well. I'll speak about I've got 2 teams. We've got the Eagles and the Lions. I'll speak about the Lions. What I love, we are a very varied group. We've got tall kids, small kids, big kids, not as big kids, and we've got skillful kids that can run, kids that can tackle, kids that are still learning the tackle process, and they all cover for each other brilliantly in a game. You watch it, I stand at the back and watch it all and give pass notes to Miles, and he does the team talk. And it was at Sunday last week was 5 tries apiece, although I'm pretty sure it was 6-5. Thanks to Rob, who refereed. He came over and ref for us, which was great. Wonderful. I got to say, just brilliant. I just love seeing the kids gelling together as a unit. That has definitely come on.
Are the Lions the home team this weekend?
Lions are the home team this weekend on pitch day.
I think I'm down to referee.
You ref. Well, I'm going to ref on a different pitch. So I'll catch the second half,
Yeah,
which will
cool.
be great. Can't wait. Yeah, I'm really, really happy. And we've done the same. Again, going on what Owen has said and what James has said, it's actually about enjoyment and fun as much as you can. There's a couple of things I think we struggle to train for in a game. I'd love to get your thoughts on what is that 1 or 2 bits of skill that have been quite difficult over the last couple of years to get the kids to push into game. But Spratty is going to come on board, and he's going to take us through a couple of sessions.
Yeah.
Especially things like designing session plans and making it interactive for the kids. But I couldn't be prouder of the under 13s. My only thing is we came upstairs here on Sunday, and we had a couple of the boys up front doing the Mars Bar Challenge. I had Angus, my boy, up doing the Mars Bar Challenge. He didn't win it, so didn't get his pocket money. Didn't get his pocket money on Sunday.
That's tough.
And that brings us, Lonnie, I know we've talked about the Colts.
Yeah.
What's happening next? You had a pretty intense Sunday.
Well, I'll tell you what. So we played pretty much all bar 1 or 2 Sundays, I think, up to Christmas. And we have this enormous potential squad of about 65 boys. And I think the most we got out before Christmas was maybe 18 or 19, which will be common across all of you coaches that I'm looking at, because your age groups will have a lot of Saturday rugby, especially the older they get. And we ummed and ahed about entering 2 teams. So we've entered 2 teams into the Colts Cup, whether it's Quins or not, I don't know. But and we've been allocated an A team in Tier 1. So we have Old Reigatians, Rosslyn Park and Wallingham. And in the other league, if you're following this, there's another 4 teams, which is Farnham, Guildford, Dorking, and I can't remember who the other one is, I must admit. It might be Sutton, I'm not sure. But so we're in Tier 1, and the B team, or the B squad, which we've entered, has to go into Tier 5. So we've got 1 in Tier 1 and 1 in Tier 5, which you think, well, that's logical, because you can't have, I think it's all about Surrey just making sure that B teams play B teams and not super strong A teams, and people can't frig it. But I watched the B team play their first game on Sunday, and it doesn't resemble a B team at all. It's extremely strong. I mean, so strong. But yeah, so we now, for the last 2 Wednesdays, have had 45 boys training. Yeah, and they're big boys. A lot of them are very big, and they fill the pitches quite easily. Billy was gracious last week to give us another 15 minutes up to the 22, so we could play some 15-a-side scenario stuff. We've done it again on pitch 3. Alex Medwell-Bates, under 12s, gave us up to the 22. Still not big enough, I don't think, when you've got 45, because you've got basically 3 teams running in. But it's just stunning. I think Harry's on cloud 9 because of the amount of people that have turned up. We had 42 available to play last weekend. We've already got 45 available this weekend across the 2 squads, right? So it's in great health. And I think what's great is there are still boys that aren't on Spond that are talking to the mates, and we're hearing they're coming back. So there's a couple of boys at St John's that might come back, Bozzy and Dylan. We've had 3 or 4 boys from Reeds join us, new. We've had Effingham have struggled. I think we've had a couple of Effingham boys join us. Liam and Luke, I think, winger. So that squad's just grown, and it's fabulous. And then, we won about 2/3 of our games, I think, up to Christmas. Had some tough fixtures and some slightly easier ones. But we had 2 games against Reigatians, and they were both similar sort of games. They were very even arm wrestles, really, up to the first half. And then I think having an impact come off the bench makes a massive difference. I think in that B team game, they only had maybe two or three subs, the opposition, and we had a full bench, 23, 24 players. And that told. And I think somebody said it earlier on about working out how to win. Both teams had the same situation where they used the wind, they used the territory better, and when they were in the red zone, they were just a little bit more successful. So I think both scores were fairly similar, about 20-something to 7 or something like that. But very, very even games all the way through. And it was just working out how to get the victory. So really satisfying, really satisfying.
Was that the first game, the B game?
Yeah, it was.
0-0 at half-time?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was 7-7 or something like 7-5 for the A team as well.
Good second half then.
Yeah. Just brilliant.
Future's bright.
Yeah, it's good. And we've managed to cover, of all the boys' youth teams, all but the under-14s. So apologies to under-14s. The invites may have gone out a little bit late. Come and join us. And Ewan seems to be in New York and his flight doesn't land yet. So, lack of commitment.
That's not an excuse.
Have
really.
a word.
Well, Ash might be downstairs, is he? Ash Holloway? We could go and get him, but...
Pass.
We'll pass. We'll do a girls' youth roundup in 2 weeks or whenever we manage to reconvene in this space and have a look at what the teams are doing. The 3 of the Cobham girls teams were out at the last weekend, starting their cup campaign. The under-12s lost narrowly, lost 7-5 to Old Ruts, Old Emmanuel's, Old Wimbledonians. Oh, that's right. Yep. And the under-14s had a good win playing against Sutton and Epsom Old Ruts combined. That's the under-14s team. We cluster up with Chobham as do the under-12s. 2 really good partnerships forming there between the clubs. And the under-16 girls had quite a thumping win. If I watched some of it on pitch 3, it's looking very good. They won, and I'm looking at my notes and I've left them off. 56-0.
Oofed.
So maybe a good morale booster. We were talking about before Christmas that it's been tough. Had some really tough games, but that's a bit of it's a big one.
I think sometimes
they needed that a bit. I'm not sure whether the opposition needed that, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I've found in the last couple of years in those older girls' age groups, it's either feast or famine. You turn up and you're far superior to someone, and the next week someone's far superior to you. There's not a lot of equity around at the moment.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
And the under 18s have been joint training, so we're clustered with Dorking and Old Guildfordians. So we've hosted the last 2 weeks, which is nice. I think we're away to train with Guildfordians this weekend, and then we've got our first cup match of the year. We've had 3 already away, but we're hosting one on the 25th. We've got Sutton and Epsom, I think, coming in the under 18s, so that'll be good.
I'm either getting old, which is a very possibility, but I don't remember a weekly results list as busy as this.
No,
it's
it's these 2 months, the January and February, where everything stacks up, and we have some extremely busy weekends at the club, and we have to, keep Courtney and the team fully aware of how many people they've got to feed them and at what time, and how many tables can Simon put out, and how many names can he squeeze on the changing room board, with a little welcome hello picture, whatever he draws. It's great touch.
It probably is the busiest it's been as well, because we've got so many girls teams now.
Yeah.
We've still got 2 15s teams. We've got 2
Colts teams.
So we probably are putting out more teams than we have before.
Yeah.
We were trying to remember when the Colts last had 2 teams out, and we think it goes back to when Steve Hurd was the manager. The Invincibles of Jack Clifford and that age group, which is going back, I don't know how.
20 years?
Yeah, it could be. So it's good. And what is promising, and James and I know, and I've talked about this, is the next few years looks like it's in great shape. So upper 6th, we've got about 20 boys, and then Harry's age group brought in 45. And then with that 45, you'll lose some attritionally into the upper 6th, but you bring in James's slightly smaller group, so you'll still be able to put 2 teams out. And when Harry's group goes out the top, Owen comes up with his 2. So that 6th form pool should be big enough for the next few seasons, hopefully, if we can retain everyone.
Nice. Okay.
It is good. It's a nice succession plan that's good to see.
We'll just move on to another gear, but before we do, can I just ask the coaches around the table, just think of one coaching tip that I'm going to ask you to give. Not yet, just think in your head, one coaching tip for all the other coaches who are listening, something that's worked or something that hasn't worked over the last couple of years, then we'll go around the table. What about, so we've got, to talk about how busy it is, we've got 11 home games this weekend. So we've got to do the catering, the pitches, the volunteering. We've got to talk with the school, the refereeing, which are sorted, by the way, which is fantastic.
10 minutes it took.
I know.
You lot are brilliant.
Yeah. This Friday, coming Friday, the 16th. Now, we were asked at, I'm going to say fairly short notice, to see if we could fulfil a fixture against Vandals away at the Argaff. I don't know if we can.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we can. We've got 12 and a half yeses. We don't know yet. We're going to make a call tonight.
And that's away, Mick. Yeah.
That's away. Yeah, we're at with that with the Argaff, and I got to say, I love going to Vandals. I love the wee touch they've got. They've got a pint pot for the ref. The ref gets a free pint after a game.
Nice.
It's a nice touch. And then we've obviously got KCSO boys first at home at 2, seconds at home at 2, if not 1:30. Ali, do you want to take us through the other bits and bobs quickly?
Well, there's a huge amount of games going on at home. I'll do the away games, and Pete can look at the list and can run through the home ones. So, under 14 girls, we're away at Roslin Park on that lovely pitch. So I look forward to that. That'll be a good game. Looking on our pool. Other away games, looking through the list, I can see that the Under 15 Bs were away at Chobham. So if you're on their number 1 pitch, it's quite nice.
They
We were
are
there.
on the first team pitch, yep.
Yeah, nice. It's in good shape.
Full pitch? Under 15s? Full
correct,
pitch?
yeah.
Nice, okay.
And Colts, the Bees are away at Battersea. Always good.
Do you know what time the kickoff is?
I think you're supposed to be involved with the team, Lanny. I'm not sure.
I we knew
I know it. I'm trying to see how early a kickoff do you think you could make 17-year-old boys do?
2.
I've just
Yeah, 2. Damn right, 2.
It says 12:30 on here, but that must be their home game.
10:15 kickoff in Battersea.
They're just getting in.
Jesus.
Right, so we've all got WhatsApp groups. Yeah, I've got hundreds of rugby WhatsApp groups. I was listening and I shared the BBC pod, and there was an interview on the BBC pod this week with the mortgage broker that's now playing for Gloucester. So he was talking about his experience and how Hartbury run it. They train three days a week. They meet at 6:30 a.m. and they train from 7 a.m. to 8:30, then go to work. That's what they do. But if you want to get a gym session in, they actually meet in the gym before that. So that's what they do every day. They not every day, 3 days a week. So it's quite a good listen from somebody who's obviously he loves his rugby and he's getting paid for it now, and he's getting paid for it anyway. He's getting more money. But yeah, quite a commitment. Maybe you should do that with the Colts. Get them down here for 7 a.m. That would solve our Wednesday night pitch issues.
When we build the gym.
Yes.
After the car park.
Pete, do you want to do some home games?
They're all home games on this list.
Almost. Oh, yeah, they are almost all home games.
No, it says home, 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 and home.
Read them out
What
then.
does that say? So which ones do you want me to do?
All of them, pal.
All of them.
Keep going.
All of them.
Right, okay. Under 12 boys, Waterfall 1. At home versus Chobham 1.
Let's go, lads. Let's
Uh,
go. Let's
bad.
go.
Bees at home versus Old Brigations. And then under 13 boys, Waterfall 1. The Battersea Ironsides / Farnham. Is that right?
I think there's 2 teams.
2 teams, yeah. Boys are wait for him.
Fair enough. Under 14 boys, Waterfall 1, Richmond, A's and B's.
Mm-hmm.
Under 15 boys, Surrey Cup round 2. A's at home to Old Rogations and B's away to Chobham B.
Yeah.
You ready for those, Owen? Banana skins or good games, or what are you looking for there?
Yeah, really no. It's
Just turn up.
Old Rogations beat Richmond last week, so they're obviously
Okay, nice.
decent, I'd
Yeah.
say. And I'm not too sure what Chobham B did. So yeah, that'd be another good one. We always have some good battles with them.
Yep. Class.
Under 16 boys, Surrey Cup round 2, Esher B.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about that one, James. What's going on there?
Not played them. Not in all of my years, 11 years now. I think it
Hey,
we ever
good
played
grief.
Esher
Really?
at a match.
Just check whether
Wow.
A's are playing and what time they're kicking off.
Yeah, so
Just saying.
well, this is why it's so important that the match goes ahead, because the A's are playing it at the same time. So
Great.
yeah, so I'm excited to play a new team. The boys are really up for it. We're on the first team pitch, so
So good.
we'll get the many thousands lining,
Yeah.
banging the
In the stands,
yeah.
rocking.
Should be good.
Okay, under 18 boys, Surrey Cup round 2. A's at home to Wallingham.
Yep.
B's away to Battersea. Wallingham used to be a top side.
Yeah,
They're
Wallingham.
struggling now, aren't they?
Well, it's interesting. Under 16s, Wallingham were like top of the pile. They had loads and loads of Quinn's Academy boys, and I don't know what's happened, but they couldn't put a team out against Rosslyn Park last week.
I think their first 15 struggling now in one of the Surrey leagues. Rather low.
Yeah, I don't know, but they have
Weird.
confirmed they're coming. They said they've got 20 lads, which is great, so we can have a game and feed them, which is the main thing. I just think they struggled last week, and I don't know what circumstances that was, but So Rosslyn Park got a home walkover last week.
Got it. Brilliant. So lots going on. And before we go into some of the social bits, I'm going to come back to the coaches.
Mm-hmm.
And Lunny, you're in fact, Pete, can I ask you a coaching question? Do you do a bit of coaching? Go on, mate. Give us your one coaching tip then for the budding coaches.
Okay. Don't drink too much on the Saturday. Because when I didn't do much coaching. What I did do was when the youth actually had first started, it was a guy called Dave Pogson wanted something to exhaust his two sons on Saturday morning so he could have a quiet Sunday afternoon. And I swear he only asked me because I was a cautionary tale about how to play rugby and not what to do after the game of rugby.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd be in the bar by 4 o'clock and, completely ruined by 8 o'clock. So, yeah. So my coaching was limited, but yeah.
Right. So don't overdo it
No,
on the
don't
Saturday
do it.
before. That's getting a stiff ignoring. So go on, Lunny.
Yeah, I think I've been thinking about it since you asked. I think the one thing that I do that I think does pay dividends is in the age groups I've coached, girls and boys, I know every single person and I know what they're like, what they do like, what they don't like. I know their parents. I invest a lot of time in getting to know the individuals. I mean, there's loads of other coaching advice that, I'm sure that we can share, but I've found, especially when it gets difficult and you need to do a little bit of hearts and minds and get people down to play again, or just give us half a season, it'll be great. Unless you know these kids and the parents, I don't think you stand a chance. I don't think you can be just a figurehead.
Yeah.
You have to be in amongst the kids and know what makes them tick, because you've got some delicate minds out there, who might not necessarily want to play every week or might not like being picked in the wrong team or not playing with their mates, and you just have to be able to empathise with those things. And if you don't know them, you can't do that. And I think you maybe miss a trick. So that would be mine.
Owen?
I think the best advice I can give is to be well prepared to steal ideas from other people.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Most of the stuff I coach, I've stolen from someone.
Yeah.
There's not a lot that actually comes out of my head. It's I used to lean on Sim a lot. Harry's very helpful to me. YouTube's immensely helpful. So yeah, when I'm preparing stuff, I spoke to Harry this afternoon about some things I wanted some help with. And so yeah, lean on people that have done more and know more than you.
Love it. Pat?
I think for me is do something that's fun. If you don't enjoy it, they're not going to enjoy it. They will disengage. So if you can find a game that they can have fun with, but you as coaches can coach in a fun way that engages them and keeps them engaged, even if it's for the 10-minute drill, they'll enjoy it. They'll go home happy, and that means they'll come back the following week. So as long as you can, teach the whatever it is you're trying to sort of get across, but do it in a really sort of fun way that's going to have a bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
We're now at that age, under 12s. We're sort of we can start sort of having that sort of that bit of fun, bit of banter. But yeah, if you can't get the fun out of the session, they're not going to get the fun out of it. So yeah, just try and do something that's fun. Try and keep them engaged, and they're going to come back for more.
Class. The Weasel, what you?
Oh, if it's not working, change it. Make the space bigger. Reduce the amount of players trying to understand whatever you're trying to teach them. I think it's don't keep thrashing away thinking if we keep shouting at them for another 15 minutes, they will understand this. Just stop and just say, okay, we need to, how can we do this? Let's just reduce the amount of players, bigger space, smaller space, reduce the amount of instructions, have one voice, talk about those instructions, and then, just don't keep flogging a dead horse.
Rather than beatings will continue until morale improves. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I've been doing this for 10 years now. I think it's 10 years. There's not a single session where my plan has actually happened.
We used to joke about this in the minis. We used to have all the coloured bibs, right? You go back and you'd have oranges group, yellows, reds, and whatever. And we used to have the 4 group rotation. And every week, the group that did the drill the best was the last one, because I'd learnt how to have them understand what it was I was trying to say, because you're using words the 7-year-olds who thought, what the hell is he talking about? But yeah, you're right, James, adaptability.
Ali, what about you?
For me, one of the big things, I mean, I agree with everything everyone said, but is work out what the culture of your team you want, and just make sure that you've got eyes on what that is throughout the season. So if you've identified a particular thing, a particular way of operating, don't lose sight of that when things get tough, and when you lose matches, when you're getting annoyed because it's not working. Don't lose sight of why and how you're going to do it.
Nice.
What about you, Mick?
I will say, I still hear and see coaches shouting commands from the side of the pitch, and if I always say, you should only ever ask questions, because that's how you make the kids go, oh, okay. Like if you can coach the whole thing by just asking, and Spratty is fantastic at this on sessions, and so is Harry actually. If we could just all reprogram our brains while coaching to take a couple of kids to ask them questions. You better have a word with
your dad, didn't you?
Say again?
You're standing too deep.
Exactly, Dad. See, Dad, you're a pish coach.
The funniest thing that you hear at any rugby club you walk around, right, and just listen to the crowd, there's 2 things, right, that somebody is always shouting, tackle him, they're always shouting, lower. You just, whatever game you're watching, someone is shouting those 2 words.
Absolutely.
It's brilliant.
There we go, right, so there's your coaching wisdom. There's about 100 years of coaching wisdom, right, in your ears, which is outrageous. Right, last little bit. Then we've got the cracking wee bits coming up over the next couple of weeks. We have got a quiz night here on the 23rd. Valiant losers last time. Myself, my brother-in-law, my father-in-law. Terrible. We were trash at it, but it was really good fun. You going? Everyone going?
It's not on the diary yet, but it will be.
I'm going to plonk it down. We've got
tables of 6.
Tables of 6.
Tables of 6. Book your table.
We get a table.
Get yourself down here. Chili, rice,
and all things nice.
Oh, is that what it is? It just says hot meal.
A hot meal. Pot noodle. Don't care.
Maybe it is a pot noodle.
Don't care.
I do love a pop noodle.
Yeah. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not chili. Maybe I'm making that up.
I think you're right. I think you're great. And then Harvey is doing his under
Colts.
I beg your pardon, Colts
fundraising. Yeah.
Colts fundraisers with poker night Friday the 6th of Feb. I think it's full. So we've started a wee vets table yesterday. I think we would get a couple more on it.
Yeah, there'll be gaps on certain tables.
Right.
I think at the moment we're at 10 tables with maybe a few gaps on those, but I think the vets can take a table, aren't they? You want to go in. So I think we can have up to 12. We just need to lock it down soon because we need a dealer for each table and there's lots of things to prepare. But
and someone to do the cards. Bad joke.
Boom, boom. He's here all week.
Sorry. Now, we won't say too much about it, but there's going to be some surprises on the night. And if you're a big England rugby fan, I would suggest you come along. Right?
Yeah, and I would just say we don't have a gaming license, a gambling license here, so it is just a ticket to join in, and you get a load of chips. And if you lose them, they give you some more chips. And over the period of the evening, each table will there'll be a winner in each table, and they put the winners all together on the final table for the sort of last half an hour. So I don't think you've got to be an expert. You're not changing hands. Money isn't changing hands like that. So it's a good cause as well to sub quite a few Colts, hopefully going on a bit of a tour because I haven't toured for a while. So
Lenny, you're going to turn up with a massive mirror shades, earphones, like one of those visors, translucent.
I just look clueless as usual, mate.
I think it is fancy dress.
It certainly will be. Well, guys, that's us. Yeah, wonderful.
No, I've got one more thing that we've just put in the diary. So following on from our podcast where we had Chef on and we talked a little bit about mental health, there's been a few progressions. So I've been in touch with him a number of times. We always have good conversations about what's happening at the club and how we can do things better. And actually at the management meeting last night, I shared with them what we were doing, and they're absolutely over the moon that we're putting all of this stuff in place. So Chef, as you may know, if you listen to the previous pod, is a mental health first aider, and is there for anyone to reach out to speak to. We want to put on an evening with him, and in conjunction with Loose Heads, which is the rugby mental health charity. So we've got an ambassador in first team player Ryan Adula. So he has signed up and done the paperwork on that. So he's just going through some exams at the moment, so we're not pestering him at the moment. But we'll pull together a sort of evening with, Chef and Ryan and myself, and we'll try and get some Loose Heads material and stuff together, and we'll put that out there for the seniors in the club just to come and listen. And it's fine not to be all right. All of the right messages. Don't want to formalise anything, but we just want to raise awareness and make sure people in the club know there are some people to talk to if they want to. And this is a great place to sort of let off some steam and maybe have one of those conversations. And then what we've done as well, Chef and I, we've been in touch with the Grace Deer Trust, which is mental health for youth. And we have a speaker for our youth coaches. So any youth coaches listening, please sign up to the Spond event for February the 9th. We've got the upstairs booked. We've got a speaker travelling quite a way just to spend an hour with us talking about different coaching techniques, how to spot and understand things, language to use for different types of kids that we're coaching. So I think it will just enrich us as well as coaches. And then what we'll do following that is we'll put that into some kind of webinar or e-event for the parents as well, so they can listen to the Grace Deer story as well. So they're all the things that we've got around the mental health piece, which is going well.
Amazing.
Brilliant.
Thanks, Danny. Thanks for putting all that together.
You're welcome.
That's cracking. Well, as we get an extended group tonight, thanks very much for your time, Jimbo.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, pal.
Very much.
Thanks, Pat. Thanks, Owen. Lenny,
Thanks,
Pete,
Nick.
You're welcome.
Ali.
Pleasure.
Hope everyone has a cracking week. We've got a lot of rugby between now and the next pod. Go well.
Yeah.
I'll have a few wee voice notes from some of the coaches actually the next time.
Yeah,
That's the one
get
thing
better
we're
at that.
definitely missing.
We haven't done them for a while.
We
We
haven't.
need them. We
And
need
it's-
them.
It's up to the coaches to just try and remember as you're tucking all the kit back in the bag and the balls
Yeah,
in it, right?
yeah,
Where
yeah.
you just, actually, we'll just get some.
Video's good. Video's good. We can post them.
I mean,
Yeah.
Until then, thanks all. Have a blast. Cheers.